Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from guitarlessons365.com. Got a great one today. We're going to learn how to play Stinkfist by Tool. So we are in drop D tuning, just like Adam Jones. So every string, standard tuning except the low E, tune it down to D. All right, and then you're ready to rock. Got a tone here that's got kind of some reverbs and delays on it, kind of really give it that spacey sound that he's got going. But the riff itself, that main riff right there, he's doing a lot of variations with it throughout the song. So especially when he gets quiet with it. So let me just explain here. We're going to start here. This is the main riff. Of course, there's some feedback. You can just have this feedback going. Just kind of grabbing the 5th fret there on the, get close to your amp or whatever, on the 5th fret on the A. And just kind of do some, just kind of really erratically, some vibrato, slowly raise the pitch of it or whatever, and let the amp feed it back and go crazy with it, and then launch it. Now, so that riff itself is just, let's turn some of this effects off. That's just slightly pulling down the 2nd fret there, the low E string. Obviously, it's a D string now. I'm just going to call it the low E to make it easy for us. Release it, and then play the 5th fret there on the A string. So sometimes, especially the 4th time that he gets kind of crazy with it. He might pick it a couple times, but usually he's not picking it like that. 2nd little feel of a beat is actually he's doing like a little. He's like kind of rebending it a little bit. All right, and then for the verse, you're basically just going to take the volume down a little bit. If you have a volume pedal, it's easier. Got kind of like a zealous noise gate. So that's the same thing. I am picking another. Then we get to the pre-chorus. All right, so getting ahead of myself there, went into the chorus. So the pre-chorus, you're going to start with just hitting these strings up with an upstroke, and then play the bar chord, the power chord there at the 2nd fret there, just across the bottom 3 strings. That's the whole pre-chorus. And then the very last one, don't hit all the open strings, just the bottom 3 open. So. And then we're going to start the chorus. All right, so that chorus riff, that same power chord shape there, off the 2nd fret. Move it up to the 10th fret. Then it's just a D, open D power chord. So he hits the bottom 3 strings really first. Then he hits the open D, 2nd fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B string. And then goes back down, hits the low strings. So that kind of stuff. And then there's a mute. You're going to mute the strings down here, and then just do a down up mute. And then you're going to hammer, do that, power chord shape there. Hammer on 3rd fret with your middle finger, and then back down to 2. So that's the whole riff. Then he lets just the open string ring out after by stuff, pick it or whatever, and then back to. All right, now the second muted verse, a little bit different. We have, instead of going that, right, he's going down to the open string, so he goes. Just 2, 2, 0. Now, in the second half of the verse, he starts moving back up. To playing that note on the A string though, instead of the low open. So, and then at the very end, going into the pre-chorus, he'll bend that note and then into the pre-chorus. Now he lets that ring out. Sorry, it's a real fun riff to play. I know I've always showed it to you. So that's the chorus. That goes back in the chorus. And then there's a little transition riff. And then it takes us to this little interlude. So that little transition is just the open A power chord, and then the power chord at the 3rd fret of the low E, the full bar. Just a bar across the bottom 3 strings, sorry. And then slide it up to 5. And then we're gonna hammer that 7th fret there on the A string, and then back down to 5. So we have this. All right, so now this interlude section is going to start, the guitar part, there's a lot of cool effects going on and stuff like that. We're going to start with some pick effects, and then we go into the actual melody. So it sounds like this. All right, so then we get to the real cool part. So before we get there, so just take the side of your pick. Let's just do crazy stuff with it. All right, and then we're up here. He plays it way up here. 17th fret on the A, 14th fret on the D. So just pick across, let them ring out together, and then he's going to end it with that, just the 14th fret across the bottom 3 strings. And then there's a couple of muted strums. Kind of just. And then we're back to this. And then move up to the 19th fret on the D. You're gonna pick this a few times, and then to the 15th fret on, 19th fret on the A, and then 15th fret on the D. Let that ring, it's really dissonant sounding, and go the D to the A string. So it is. And then back to this 17, 14. So then hold the 2nd fret there on the low E. And you're gonna do a quick little down up downs in there. So it's down, 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 up, down. And slowly let that start bringing off the palmity. And then we get to that big section. Get my ahead of myself, getting to the bridge. So we're now doing this power chord now at the 14th fret of the low E string, of the bottom 3 strings, then up to 16, back to 14, then the bottom 3 open. So with this. Then you're gonna jump to the. You're going to bar across the 12th fret of the A and the D string. And at first you're going to have this 14th fret on the A as well. So pick those 2 strings and then lift up that 14, so it's just 12 across the D and the A. So 1, 2, 1, 1. Slide it down, slide back up. All right, then we get to the bridge. Really cool section of the song. So that is going to be here. This could be the bridge, interlude, whatever. They kind of meld in together, right? So we have this chord, which is going to be barring across the 10th fret of the low E and obviously the D string, and then the A string. And on the D string, be playing the 12th fret. So we're going to take that shape around from 10th fret, 12 to 9, 10, and then go down to the normal power chord shape at the 2nd fret. And the last time, you're just going to move it down now to the 7th fret, roll the volume off a little bit, and not that much, and then that's kind of the same thing. Hopefully you'll be able to roll yours off a little bit further than mine without it all cutting out. So that's just a 10th, real quiet, 9, and you're going to hear the open G and the B string the second time they come to that chord, and then back. 3rd time, bring the volume back up, and then we get to this. It takes us back to the chorus there. So that's that. All right, so you're hitting that power chord at the 2nd fret, and then you go down, down, up, muted stroke. So this. So you do that twice, and then you do a down, up, muted stroke. So we have this. And then you're going to jump here. You're going to move this shape up to the 5th fret and add the 7th fret on the G and the 8th fret on the B. So it's 5th fret, that big chord shape. Up to 7, down to 4, so it is. And then we're back to this. Now the second time you get down, it does that down, up, mute, down, up, and then down, up, down, up. So down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's the second time through. It's slightly different. Same chords. And that takes you back to the chorus. And it's a cool song. All right, so that's pretty much it. It's just an amazingly well done song, and doesn't require these crazy difficult guitar parts. So it's really cool. Hopefully a lot of you guys will be able to play it. I'll see you again soon for guitarlessons365.com.